Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy Tuesday. And by Tuesday, I mean quite literally. It is the most Tuesdayest of Tuesdays ever. At least if you're watching this in real time. So I'm posting this today on Tuesday, the day of the week, February 22nd, 2022, which is 2/22/2022. So many twos, which is why it's Tuesday. Anyways, I don't have a pick a card for you guys today, but I did want to do a little bit of a collective energy reading for the collective for this day because it's kind of a magical day because of all the twos. A lot of people consider this a portal, and it's basically like a very highly potent time when it comes to manifesting. Things that I would personally be doing for a day like today is number one, writing down gratitude lists. Gratitude lists are super important. It's really good to really look at kind of where you've been and what you already have before you can tell really where you are and where you're going to be going. Just things that you're thankful for in your life, basically. And these don't have to be anything like massive and huge. It could be something as simple as, hey, I had a hot shower today. It wasn't a cold shower. That's something to be thankful for. But it could be something as massive and enormous as like, oh my God, I won the lottery. So whatever it is that you're thankful for in your life, like it's just good to do a check back on those things because sometimes we wind up realizing how fortunate we really are. Especially in times when we're struggling and we feel down and discouraged. It's also a good day to write down affirmations. So thinking about where you want to go, but when you write down those affirmations, you write it down as if you're already there, as if you're already experiencing it. So, let's say that you want financial abundance, you want financial security. You write down instead of, I want that, because that's kind of showing that you lack it. Instead, you write down, I am financially abundant. I have $100,000 in my bank account, or whatever the magical number is for you. But you write it down as if you already have it. If you want to be in a loving and committed relationship, you write that down. I am in a loving, committed relationship. So things like that, it's just a good way to kind of get your mind into that mindset, basically, to get your vibration, to get your energy to match that and align that is what it comes down to. And that will help it draw in and be attracted to you much closer and much quicker. So definitely gratitude lists. What was I going to say? My mind just blanked out. Sorry about that. But yeah, gratitude lists and words of affirmation, writing down things that, you want to affirm to happen in your life. And, this is a good time to release negativity, to release doubts, fears, worries, insecurities, that kind of stuff. You want to let go of all that because obviously, if you hold on to any of those kinds of things, it's going to kind of trip you up as you're trying to get these things happening and rolling in your life. Just be open today. This is a great day to just be open, to just see what comes your way, see what the universe brings your way today. Just be open to that basically, and look out for synchronicities because considering this day itself is literally one big fat synchronicity as it is being 2/22/2022. There could be other synchronicities that you wind up finding today. You may look at the clock today and it says it's 2/22, or even just, 11/11 or any of those, or any of your own personal synchronicities, because sometimes we have personal synchronicities too, like a certain song that may be of significance may pop up on the radio or something like that. So just be open, keep your eyes peeled for those synchronicities, and most importantly, try not to put too much stress on this day because this is a fun day. It's meant to be a magical day. It's meant to be a light day. So don't stress about it. Try not to like make it anything forceful. Just have fun. I feel like that's the most important thing. Just enjoy today and make it fun. Treat yourself to something, maybe treat yourself to a cupcake or whatever. But definitely treat yourself. Have fun with today. That's the most important thing. And try not to get too caught up in the I need to manifest this, I need to manifest that. If you don't get around to writing down all these affirmations or all these gratitude lists or whatever, that's okay. Like, it's not the end of the world, because the truth is, it's just another day in some ways. Like, yes, it's Tuesday. It's a pretty cool day on like a numerological kind of level, but at the same time, just remember that you can do any of these things any day of the week, any day of the month, any day of the year. And you can manifest things. You can choose to change your mind, change your life, make things better, release the negative stuff, grasp onto the positive and good things at any point in time, any day. It doesn't have to be today, but today is definitely kind of a fun day to do it if you do decide to do it. Anyways, I'm just kind of rambling on a little bit too much about Tuesday, but I just want to kind of talk about it a little bit before I get into this little reading here for you guys. So yeah, basically my intention here, I have a few decks out. I have one over here, one over here that's not on camera right now. But yeah, I have a few decks out. I'm going to pull a few cards from each one and just kind of see what the messages are coming through right now, what you guys need to know the most for this day, so you guys can make it the best day possible. What you need to know dealing with this portal energy, how it's going to serve you the best, what it is you need to know the most right now. So that's kind of the intention here, to just kind of pick up the overall collective energies, see what's going on, see what we need to know. That kind of thing. So that's the intention of today. Before I officially begin in today's reading, though, I definitely want to invite you to give this video a big thumbs up, give it a like, because that definitely helps me out with the YouTube algorithm and everything. Drop me a comment down below too. I definitely enjoy hearing from you guys and having conversations here and interacting with you. And I also invite you guys to subscribe. So to those of you who are returning subscribers, welcome, welcome. Thank you. And if you have not subscribed yet, I invite you to do that if you feel propelled to subscribe. And when you do, also hit the notification bell, because that way then you will be notified anytime a new video goes up, and anytime I go live, and basically anytime there's an important update that you guys need to know. So I definitely invite you to do that too. And just so you guys know, if you resonate with me as a reader, I am open and available for private readings. So if you are interested in one of those, you can contact me. My email address, my social sites, all that information is down in the description box down below, as well as my Etsy shop too. My Etsy shop is there. There are a few reading offerings there too. And my own deck that I currently have out. I'm in the process of like working on more that I want to add to the shop, but I just have not gotten around to it yet. So clearly, maybe that's something I need to focus on for 2022. Anyways, that's basically all the information you guys need to know with that. But let me go ahead and start pulling some cards here and find out what it is that we need to know right now. I'm starting out here with some messages from the Psychic Tarot for the Heart Oracle deck. And, oh, we got one that just flipped out right now. We have awaiting results. So, for some of you guys, it may feel like not a lot is happening today. It may actually kind of feel like 2022, it may kind of feel like it is just another day. It may not necessarily feel like it's magical and sparkly and glorious and all those good things, even though on an energetic level, it definitely is. So a lot of you guys could be kind of just feeling like it's just another day because you're waiting for something. and this could be different for everybody. You could be waiting for a particular job situation to work out. Maybe you're waiting for a particular job or something financially to be resolved. You could be waiting for a situation between you and a particular person, like relationship-wise. There could be issues there that maybe you're waiting to hear from this person or waiting to resolve issues with them. But whatever it is that you're waiting for, I feel like it's something that's pretty important, pretty significant. You're waiting for something to happen. And because you're kind of sitting in that waiting energy, it may not feel like a lot is going on. But I feel like you guys need to remember that even during the times of our lives where it seems like it's silent and it's still and there's nothing much happening, you got to remember that even though it looks like that in the physical, even though it looks like that in front of your eyes, remember that there is this whole other layer of things going on a spiritual level, that there's a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes that we don't see, that we don't know about until it bubbles up to the surface. So most likely there are things happening behind the scenes, but today it may not necessarily feel that way for you guys. Let's see what else is going on. Let's see what else is coming through besides waiting. Maybe we'll find out what we're waiting for, or when we're gonna see the results of what we're waiting for. I don't know. Let's keep digging in. Let's keep finding out what's gonna happen here. And just so you guys know, I do have a 2022 reading over on Instagram as well. So if this one does not resonate with you, maybe that one would be the one for you. So you're welcome to go over to my Instagram and check out that one too. Or maybe they'll both have information for you that you might find helpful. So either way, just wanted to let you know that's an option as well. We also have the solar plexus chakra coming through. So our solar plexus is down in like our stomach area, basically. It's, basically I kind of look at it as like those gut feelings, like that gut instinct, basically. So I feel like this is basically a reminder to you guys to trust your instincts, to trust your gut, is what it comes down to. And especially when we're in a time of waiting, it can be really hard. It can be easy to get into our heads about things. So try not to get into your head about stuff. Try not to overthink things. Trust your gut on things. We also have choose your battles coming through. So I feel like that this is a reminder to you guys to pick and choose your battles wisely. Some things in life are just not worth it in terms of entertaining negative energy. There could be people around you who just want to, get into petty quarrels with you, pick on you about like trivial things that aren't even important. It's not like it's even anything major. So, try not to get involved with that. Like think about the chickens and the eagles. Like I know this is going to sound like a weird analogy, but just hang in there with me for a minute. The chickens, they peck at the ground. There's a lot of them and they like peck at the ground, basically. But eagles, they fly. They fly up above the chickens. They soar. They soar through the air. But when you see eagles, they usually fly alone. They don't fly in flocks, basically. They're usually on their own. But they're strong and they're majestic. And it's because they don't engage with the bullshit, basically, that the chickens do. The chickens sit there and peck at every teeny tiny little thing. And they're not soaring up above. They're not getting this beautiful, amazing view. And it can be a lot easier to be a chicken in life. It can be a lot easier to kind of like peck around and poke at like the things that are trivial and insignificant. So, that doesn't mean that you should never fight for something at all. Like obviously, if it's really important, then definitely stand up for yourself and do the right thing. But if it's something that is stealing your peace and it's not worth it, don't entertain it. Fly up above it. Be that eagle. And that can be really hard to do because, like I said, eagles fly alone. A lot of people do not do that. But, I feel like that's a reminder today to pick and choose those battles. So today may not necessarily be an easy day. Like, even though it's supposed to be a magical day, that doesn't mean that it's easy. I feel like everyone is kind of going through challenges right now where they're being tested, clearly like being tested and awaiting results, picking and choosing battles wisely, trusting your gut, and we have another chakra coming in here, the base chakra. So the base chakra, otherwise known as the root chakra, is, basically at that root pretty much. And this represents like your basic necessities. It's like making sure that you have your security, making sure that you're safe and you're protected, and it's like, having food and shelter and clothing and that kind of thing. And I feel like a lot of people collectively right now feel like this is threatened in the world that we're living in today. Because, the world has kind of been flipped on its head, upside down, ever since COVID. And a lot of people, myself included in this, don't necessarily feel secure. It's like people do not have job security. The jobs that are available and everything don't really pay a living wage. Most people are struggling nowadays to make ends meet. The gap between the rich and the poor gets wider and wider every day. So I feel like a lot of people are feeling this. A lot of people are feeling that root chakra, that security basically being threatened. And it's totally understandable to feel that. I feel that too. I'm definitely having my own like financial struggles and everything right now as well. But once again, we have to remember to trust our gut through this. We have to remember that this is temporary, that there are solutions out there, that things can get better. Some of those solutions may be things that we're awaiting results on. But I am more than positive that those things will turn around, that they will come around. Let me pull a few more from this deck, and then I may get into the other ones. But let's see what else we need to know for today. We have blossom. So this is a good sign. It's kind of like the season that you may be in right now is definitely a time of transitioning and transformation is what it comes down to. So you're in the process of blossoming into this new person. You're in the process of blossoming into a new season in life. Even with things going in a better direction, in a positive direction, change is difficult, you guys. It's challenging. As human beings, we are just not very adaptable. We don't like change most of the time. Even when it's good change, it can be hard, which is why, it can feel like our necessities are being threatened, or waiting can feel like it's really, really difficult. But you are blossoming. Try to remember, especially like a plant. When a plant is put in the soil, when the seed is planted in the soil, you don't see the plant when the seed is down in there. The seed has to grow in the darkness and spring up through the soil and reach the air. And can you imagine that? Can you imagine like growing in a dark area where there's like no air and it feels like you're being suffocated and you have to push and fight your way through to get to the top? Like that has to be so exhausting. But that's kind of what you guys are doing right now. And eventually you're going to break the surface and hit the air and, really come through and start to blossom. Same thing with like when a woman is pregnant. When a woman is pregnant, you don't see the baby the second that the child is conceived. The baby takes time to grow inside of her, but you don't see the baby growing inside. I mean, unless of course you do a sonogram or something, but you don't see the baby growing inside from the outside. You just don't. You don't see that baby grow and get out of her until that baby has reached a certain point, and then the baby is birthed out. And, think about it. None of us remember being born. We don't remember that. We just don't. And I feel like one of the reasons we don't remember it is even if your mom had the smoothest, best delivery on the planet, it's still very traumatic for the child, because once again, it's like that same kind of concept of you're in darkness, you're not at the surface, and you have to push your way out once again to get to the surface of something. It's very similar to that seed that, grows from out of the soil. I can't imagine that being easy as a child, as a baby being born. But once that child is born, or once that plant reaches the surface, it's such a beautiful thing. It's such a blessing. So you guys are blossoming right now. You're growing through that soil. You're shooting through the birth canal, basically, into this new season, into this new period of your life, And I feel like it's going to look a little bit different for everybody. For some people, this could be in regards to your career. It could be in regards to your love life. It could be in regards to maybe making a move or relocating somewhere. It could be lifestyle changes. It could be in a lot of different ways. So it's probably going to be different for everybody, but I feel like everybody is definitely experiencing this right now. Some kind of major change. Refusing to see. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, when, we're in this place of waiting for results and feeling like our basic necessities are threatened, and we get involved with battles that we shouldn't be getting involved with, when we're entertaining negative thoughts, when we are entertaining our insecurities and our fears and that kind of thing, we don't see it. We do not see how we are blossoming. We don't see how things are getting better and how things are changing. And I will admit it, you guys, I am right there with you. So if you feel that way, I do too. I feel this too. Less than a year ago, I moved clear across country to come back home. And I moved back here believing that there were going to be like all these different new opportunities available to me. And since I've been here, I feel like I've been experiencing the opposite, honestly. I feel like I have discovered one obstacle after another, and I've hit one wall after another wall, closed door after closed door, in both my personal and my professional life. And there are days that I question everything, and I'm like, why did I even come back here? Like, I had all these other opportunities where I used to live. Why did I come back here? And I still feel like I made the right move. I know I did. I know there's a reason I came. I think I had a misconception, believing that it was going to be easy, believing that everything was going to be like liquid, smooth fluid, and it's not. But there are days where I don't see it, where I don't see how things are going to get better, because all I see is what's happening on the external. So I get it. If you're feeling hopeless and you don't see it, I'm right there with you. But there's obviously a bigger picture here that we're both not seeing. And, even right here, like, look what's on his helmet. He has that third eye there on his helmet. So we do have the ability to see it. I think sometimes we kind of have to get out of our own way in order to see it, is what it comes down to. But, yeah, I get it, you guys. If you're struggling, like I said, I'm right there with you, and that's why it's like when I invite people to subscribe and join, the Shadow and Shine family here, like, I really do intend it to be like family. I really do intend it to be like a community, because we're all trying to navigate this thing called life and trying to get through it. So, let's try and figure it out together. We can support one another, is what it comes down to. Believe and succeed. So I feel like this is a huge part of what we need to be doing right now. Instead of refusing to see and, getting caught up in the things that have not been working out, those obstacles and everything, we need to keep pressing on. We need to keep pushing through. We need to keep believing that even if things are hard right now and discouraging, and it seems like, we're just hitting one one door shut in our face after another. We have to keep believing, and we have to keep going. You know, like literally just today, you guys, I had an opportunity that did not work out for me, and I am very disappointed about it. But I do know that there are some other opportunities that I can try out. You know, it's not like things are all dried up. There's a few other things that I can try and do. And I'm going to go out there and I'm going to try those things. You know, it's not over. You know, just because one thing didn't work out, there are still other things. And even if you can't think of anything else off the top of your head that could be a possibility for you in your situation, get creative, because I promise you there's something. Just think outside the box. It's there. But we have to keep, you know, believing that there is a method to the madness, that there is a reason why things are happening the way that they are. You know, they say that the best things in life do not come easy. That, you know, it is worth it in the end. So I'm trusting that. I'm hoping that you guys are trusting that too. We also have strengthening bonds. So this is a good time to strengthen the connections that you have in your life. Because especially as clearly we're all having some kind of struggle here. Like I said, I feel like it looks different for everybody. For some people, it could be in your personal life. Others, your professional life. Could be in multiple areas of your life. But regardless, you know, we need one another. And I feel like that's one thing that we definitely learned while we've been going through this pandemic, especially being in isolation, being in quarantine, you know, having these lockdowns where we haven't been able to be around people and stuff. We have realized how important our connections are, because we are social creatures, you know. At the end of the day, we need connections and we need relationships. And, you know, that's just as important as eating your vegetables and getting your exercise. It's a huge part of having a healthy existence. So strengthen the bonds that you have, you know, in the connections in your life that are healthy and good. You know, continue to strengthen them, because we all need one another. And, you know, chances are your friends, your family, whoever else you're connected to, they're probably having their own struggles too, just like you are. And the beautiful thing is we can support one another. We can lift one another up and encourage one another. And just because we don't see necessarily the solutions in our situation, somebody else may. And we may see the solutions in their situation. So, you know, we can help each other out. Let me get a few cards from the Moonology deck here. I want to get you guys some of those as well. Give you a nice well-rounded read here for 2022. But yeah, this is definitely some challenging energy. I don't want to say that it's like dark, like oppressive dark. I wouldn't even label it that. I would label it more as challenging, like we're in an obstacle course or something right now, you know? Like we're definitely climbing through some mountains. We're definitely climbing through something, but I feel like there's something, you know, worthwhile there for sure on the other side. We have the South Node. Don't let your past hold you back. So in astrology, they say that the South Node in your birth chart is basically kind of like where you came from. It's kind of like what the theme was and what you overcame and what you learned and experienced in your past life. So basically, wherever the North Node is in your birth chart, which would be in direct opposition to the South Node, that's supposed to be the direction of where you're going, basically. The North Node is also known kind of like as your North Star, your, you know, guiding light, I guess you could say. So I feel like this is definitely a reminder for a lot of you guys right now is, once again, when it comes down to your past, doesn't matter if it's past life or just your past in this current life, don't let it hold you back, because a lot of the times what's happened in the past, that's the kind of stuff that will block us and will not be able to see things clearly for what it is. It's going to prevent us from believing that we can succeed in the trials and the tribulations that we're currently going through. So, like if somebody told you in the past, like let's say you were bullied a lot as a kid, don't let that hold you back. Don't let what the bullies and the haters and all that kind of stuff said about you when you were younger, don't let that hold you back. Maybe you made some serious mistakes in your past. Maybe you betrayed a friend's trust, or maybe you had like substance abuse problems or something like that. It's time to forgive yourself, though. It's time to forgive yourself, because you deserve to have another chance. You deserve to have your dreams come true. You deserve to have the life of your dreams. And you can't do that if you're always beating yourself up, if you're always like living in your past mistakes or thinking about negative things that were spoken over you in your past. You got to let that go. Understandable to feel what you had to feel through those experiences, but once it's been felt, you don't need to hold on to that anymore. It's only going to hinder you. So release the negative things of the past. They have no business being around anymore. And we have surrender to the divine full moon. Oh, this is a hard one, you guys. Surrendering is hard because, I think we all have a little bit of a control freak inside of us where basically we just want to control things. We want to control the outcomes. We want to control our financial situations. We want to control people sometimes. We want to control how we behave. We want to control everything down to what the weather's going to be like, But at the end of the day, it's kind of like if you're driving a car and you're white knuckling it the entire time. Like, that's really stressful, and that's not an enjoyable ride. You know what is an enjoyable ride? Holding onto the wheel, but it's like you're holding onto it loosely. Like, just enough to guide the wheel in the direction you need to go, but loosely enough that you can enjoy the ride. And I feel like that's kind of how we have to go about things in life. Surrendering is hard because we never know what the outcome is we're going to get. And that can be the scary part. But I promise you that the divine is always going to have like something amazing for you. The divine is not going to be like, oh, let go of things. By the way, here's a ton of shit. Like, the divine is not going to do that. If anything, the divine is going to blow your mind, and the divine is going to be like, oh, you were asking me for $10. Well, I don't want to give you $10. I want to give you $100. That's just a small example, but I'm just saying, the divine always outdoes anything that we have in mind. And a lot of the time, the only reason why we don't get that is because we're holding very near and dear to whatever that small-minded vision is that is just not good enough, is what it comes down to. We think it's good enough, but it really isn't. Be bold and make the first move. Cardinal Moon. So, given the fact that today is 2/22/2022, maybe today is a good day to be bold and make that first move. So yeah, it could be the day to do that. For some of you guys, like I said, you could be awaiting results, and maybe there is something on your end that you should be doing to kind of like nudge things along. Once again, I'm going to use myself as an example here with this, but the situation that did not work out for me today, well, technically yesterday, like I'm posting this on the 22nd, but I'm recording it on the 21st, so whatever. It's within the 24-hour period that I am recording this video. But the situation that didn't work out with that, I had to like constantly kind of like put myself out there and reach out to that person and contact that person, so on and so forth. And it may not have worked out the way that I wanted it to in that particular opportunity, but bottom line is I was the one who had to do the initiating. If I didn't do that initiating, I would still be waiting to hear back from that person in their email. But I had to be the one to do that. Now, obviously, I'm not giving up. There's other opportunities. I'm going to have to be bold and make the first move in these new situations now. But there may be something that you may need to make the first move on as well. There's another situation in my life, a separate situation, where I'm also having to make that move. But sometimes, that's what we got to do, We are co-creators with the universe, and it's a tricky thing to navigate, because there is a time to kind of sit and wait, and there is a time to take those action steps. It's kind of like a dance, you can't be all charge, force, action, 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 and you can't be all sit back and do nothing either, because I feel like too much on either side is going to get you in trouble. So that's what I'm saying. It's like a fine dance. So kind of, check in with your gut here, that solar plexus, and you'll know when it's the right time to just wait. You'll know when it's the right time to make a move. But it's a little bit of both is really what it comes down to at the end of the day, which is kind of that feminine and masculine energy, because the feminine would be receptive and, await for results, await for something to happen. And the masculine energy would be the one to, go out there and, seize and conquer and, get things done is what it comes down to. And I feel like if we are well-rounded and balanced in both of those energies, we'll naturally kind of go back and forth in doing both of those in situations. The energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. So, once again, today is a portal. It is, 2/22/2022. So this is a portal. The energy is definitely gaining momentum today to get things done, to, open up that chance for manifestation and, just getting aligned and getting our heads straight and everything. And, this is going to continue is what it comes down to. So there is this transformation period that is happening right now. So there's definitely energy is everywhere. Energy is flying around like crazy right now is what it comes down to. Let me get a couple more, and then I have one more deck I'm going to pull some cards from. But like I said, I really wanted to give you guys something thorough for today, especially considering it's not a pick a card. I didn't feel like a pick a card was going to be the thing for today. I was just like, I feel like this is going to be like a collective thing, something that everybody could learn a little bit from. Have faith in your dreams, waxing crescent moon. Yes, that is so true, especially right now, because we are facing a lot of challenges, a lot of obstacles, a lot of setbacks. It's a difficult time. It is just a difficult time to exist and be in this world, no matter where you are, no matter who you are, no matter what you're doing. I feel like this is kind of like a similar emphasis as, believe and succeed. A part of believing and succeeding is having faith in your dreams. So do not give up, even though things are tough. And I just want to let you know, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever your dreams are, if nobody else believes in them, if you don't even believe of them, I believe in them. I believe in them for you. Like, I truly do. I believe anything is possible. If you want this particular dream job, I believe you can have it. If you want to find true love, I believe you can have that. If you want to move to a certain location and, or visit a certain location, have like a dream vacation or whatever, I believe you can do that. If there's a certain amount of money that you want to have in the bank, I believe you can achieve that. Anything is possible, you guys. It really is. Do not limit yourselves. Your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. So this is also a good reminder, because while it is important to believe in order to succeed, we got to put like action once again behind our plan. It's like, once again, that combination of feminine and masculine energy. The feminine energy would be that, the one who believes and the one who just trusts and everything. But that masculine energy is going to make a plan. It's going to make a practical plan. And yes, while I believe right along with you that, if you want love, you can find love. If you want a particular job, you can find a particular job, whatever it is. I believe in those things with you. But in order to make those things happen, you got to have some kind of plan behind that, Like, if there's a particular job that you want to have, then you need to put yourself out there and put out applications and research that line of work and, do whatever is necessary in order to get into that position. If that requires going to school, having some kind of education, do that. Whatever it is that needs to happen in regards to getting to that particular goal. If you want to find love, you got to put yourself out there. You're not going to find love if you're just sitting at home watching Netflix every night. And unless the person you wind up meeting is like your mailman, it's probably not going to happen. I know the dating pool is kind of crappy. I get that. Online dating, dating apps and everything, it's kind of a hot mess. You don't necessarily have to do that. I know that there are other ways to meet people. I know it's a lot harder during a pandemic, but that's where you got to get creative. But either way, it's like, you need a plan is what it comes down to. There's got to be a plan. So it's got to be that combination of having dreams and believing and, not settling for just anything in life, not settling for just the ho-hum, but also like actively putting like concrete plans in place so you can get to those dreams. So that way then they don't just stay dreams. So that way then you can say, hey, I'm not living my dreams. I'm living my reality, and my reality is awesome. Like, that's the goal at the end of the day, right? So let me pull some cards here from the Sacred Creators Oracle. This is going to be the last group of cards that I pull some stuff here for you guys before wrapping up. But hopefully this reading is helping you, give you a little bit of an encouragement, a little bit of insight, just a little bit of something that you may need for today. We have overthinking can spoil the magic. Ain't that the truth? If you're an overthinker like me, raise your hand. Thumbs up this video if you're an overthinker, because I'm right there with you. I'm a Libra, I'm an air sign, so I think all the time. And I overthink myself into, like, insanity, is what it comes down to. It's funny because my mom and I have been binge watching on Netflix. We've been binge watching The Good Place with Kristen Bell. I never watched it when it was, like, actually airing on TV, but we've been watching it now. And one of the characters, Chidi, he's a big overthinker. He can't, like, make any decisions. He was asked to choose between two different hats, and it, like, took him over an hour to decide on a hat. Like, he can't decide on anything. And every time they would circle on that topic dealing with him, I made a comment to my mom, and I was just like, he must be a Libra, because he can't make up his mind. He's a total overthinker. He has to be a Libra. And she knows I'm like that. She knows how I am. And she's just like, what is wrong with you people? I'm like, I don't know. That's just how we are. But overthinking sucks, you guys. We wind up creating, like, scenarios that don't even exist, is what it comes down to. And speaking of my mom, even she does that herself. She's also an air sign, but she's an Aquarius. And she literally last night, she overthought herself, like, literally sick into a situation dealing with me. She was, like, making assumptions, and she had herself up at 4 o'clock in the morning worrying about things. And she talked to me about it today, and I cleared the whole thing up for her. And the whole thing that she was catastrophizing in her head, Like it wasn't even a situation. So, try not to do that to yourself. It's like we wind up making ourselves sick to our stomachs and upset, like literally over nothing. We wind up robbing ourselves of peace for nothing. So do not do that to yourself. And, I'm telling myself that just as much as I'm telling you guys that, because man, like if there's anyone who needs to hear that, it's me. So if you don't need this reading, that's fine. I will gladly take that one just for myself. Okay, let's see what else we need to know. Woo, this is heavy duty. The good kind. That's kind of funny because I was just talking about the good place, which actually is the bad place in the TV show, if you're familiar with it. But bottom line is, I feel like this is basically a reminder to you that you are the good kind, that you are truly the good kind of person, that you have a good heart, that you have a big heart. And having a big heart is a beautiful thing, but at the same time, it can be so painful. It can be so painful because we feel everything, and then, people can easily just like walk all over us and hurt us without even realizing it. So, it's a hard thing to do. It's a hard thing to walk, but never stop being a good person. Never stop having that good heart. Never stop being kind and decent to others, because the world needs more of it, especially with the way it is right now. We need more kindness. We need more love. We need more empathy. We need more all of that. So even though it can be hard, and I'm sure you guys feel like giving up most days, please don't. Please don't give up. Because I promise you, there's somebody out there who's watching you and observing you, and that they are so incredibly thankful that you are alive, that they are so incredibly thankful that you exist. So keep going, keep fighting, because somebody out there needs you. You may not realize it, you may not know it, but I promise you, they need you. The world needs you. There are other people out there that you haven't even met yet that need you. Like amazing people, awesome people. The now. So I feel like this is definitely a reminder to stay present, you guys. It's easy to live in the past, and it's easy to get caught up in the future. Usually when we're living in the past, we kind of sink into a depressive state. And when we get caught up in the future, we wind up having anxiety. And neither of those places are places we need to be. It's hard to stay present. It's hard to stay in the present moment. But the present moment is where you're going to find the most peace. And, like, let's say you have something really stressful that you have to do tomorrow and you're not looking forward to it. Try to remind yourself, though, you're not there yet. It's not tomorrow yet. Right here in this current moment, you are on YouTube, you are listening or watching this reading here basically with me, and you are safe, and you are sound, and you are protected, and you are well, and you are good. So try to remember that is your current reality. That is the now. So be present in what is here and now. Try not to become all crazy and stuff about the past or the future. Or the past or the future. What's done is done in the past, and as for the future, it's going to come, and when it does, you'll deal with it then. In the meantime, don't let it ruin the present moment. Be here in the now. Creator water. So this is basically like that water energy. Maybe for some of you, this is confirmation if you are a water sign. So if you are a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, it could be confirmation of that. Or maybe you have a lot of water-heavy placements in your chart. That could be possible as well. But basically, the water energy is all about emotions. It's all about feelings. So I feel like you guys really create a lot. Could be for the better or could be for the worse. But I feel like you guys really create a lot. coming from your emotions, which is probably just another reason to get those emotions in check, because you want to make sure that you're feeling the good stuff. You know, you don't want to be feeling the negative stuff and bringing in negative things. So make sure that you are feeling all the good feels. Positive vibes only, right? Creator alchemy. So we got more creator energy here. The alchemy card. You know what? I'm actually not sure what exactly the meaning of that one is, because I've never pulled that one before. Let me get out the deck, or not the deck, the book on that one, because I've literally never pulled that one before. And usually I don't pull out the books for these, because the messages are usually pretty clear to me right off the bat when I get them. But for this, I will go ahead and check the book. That's number 60. Just because today is, you know, a unique, special, and important day. So, for Creator Alchemy, we have a powerful alchemist. Your calling, purpose, passion, the ability to manifest your dream into reality, being on the road to success, new creative abilities, activating dormant DNA, the spark of ideas. The minute that anchor you down a need to believe in your dream. Too many projects or ideas at the same time, a need for your focused determination. You are a powerful alchemist, and you are ready to transform the ingredients of your life and make your gold. You are about to step onto a timeline of great potential, where there is a window of opportunity to engage in your own evolution. Use your creator alchemy to refashion offbeat skills or to rethink unusual experiences. From your past, that will become relevant again. These fleeting moments offer quintessential creators like you the power to activate dormant DNA, change your awareness of self, and experience a profound inner change. Some call it ascension, others call it a frequency shift, and others perceive it as neurogenesis, epigenetics, or upgrades in consciousness. As you blend past and future, your creator core is ready to level up and draw inspiration from this upgrade. Try to remain in your highest vibe over the next few days so you can take advantage of this potential. Co-create willingly with Source and watch your unusual or eccentric illuminations to seed the way. Changing matter into creator gold will be anything but business as usual. So this is definitely saying that you guys are a very powerful creator. And bottom line is, the whole world is kind of going through that upgrade right now. You know, the whole world is going through this change, you know, going from like the 3D to the 5D and all that stuff. So I feel like, you know, you guys are probably like one of the leaders helping along with this. Like, honestly, when I see this, especially considering they kept talking about like DNA and stuff, I really was kind of getting like a starseed kind of vibe. So if you are someone who identifies as a starseed, I feel like that's definitely like a card kind of calling to you and confirming that. But yeah, you guys are here to, you know, do the hard work to raise the vibration of the world, to help change things, to help make it better. And that is no easy thing to do. It can be really, really hard. Oh, we just had two that flipped out that want to come out. All right, we have external validation. So I do feel like for a lot of you guys, you know, it's nice to hear, it's nice to feel external validation. You know, it's nice when somebody pats you on the back basically and says, good job well done, that kind of thing. So, you know, I feel like that's always helpful to all of us. If you're not hearing that right now, I want to let you guys know that you're doing a good job. Even if you have days where you feel like I'm not doing anything, I'm so far behind, I haven't accomplished anything, you're feeling depressed, I want you to know you're still doing amazing though. That, basically it's like your worst day being awakened, your worst day going through this life with spirit is still better. It is still better than your absolute best day before you were awake. So try to remember that. And I'm letting you guys know that you're already doing awesome. Even if you don't think you are, I promise you that you are doing awesome. And, sometimes it helps to give others a little bit of external validation too. So if you know someone who, maybe you see is feeling a little bit down or could use a little bit of encouragement, don't hesitate to reach out to that person and say, hey, I think you're doing a really good job, Like, if you're at Starbucks or something and, your barista's maybe been really busy, taking all these orders and everything, let them know they're doing a good job. I'm sure that they would appreciate it. Those things go under the radar. Most people don't notice that. And you guys also have Nourish the Sacred Feminine. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, you are probably divine feminines that are watching this. Being a divine feminine ain't easy either, especially if you're dealing with a divine masculine, which I feel like most of you probably are. But you guys are definitely that divine feminine, which is an energy that is very nurturing, it's very loving, it's receptive, it's creative. So, and we obviously have a lot of stuff happening dealing with creativity here already with creator water, creator alchemy. The divine feminine is creative. Overthinking will kill any creativity, so don't do that. Don't go there. Let me get one more. I think I may wrap things up just about going into an hour here of this reading, but I wanted to give you guys something, pretty good, pretty hefty size. Follow through. So follow through it's kind of like that divine masculine energy, because that's very similar to, what was the card that came out earlier? I think it was from Moonology. Was it Moonology? What was it? There was a card here that reminded me of taking action. It was something about taking action. Don't let the past hold you back. Oh, it was Moonology. Be bold and make the first move. It kind of reminds me of follow through. These two things kind of go hand in hand. First you have to be bold and make that first move, right? And then maybe you have to await results for a little while. But then, if nothing's really happening and you want to move things along, sometimes you have to follow through, which is basically what I have been doing for the past couple of weeks in the situation that I recently had. I was having to do a lot of follow through, but it's persistence is ultimately going to pay off, you guys. It's you can't just sit around and do nothing. Like I said, it's that weird dance, it's that weird tango going back and forth of, being receptive, sitting back as that divine feminine and just being creative, being nurturing, receiving, waiting. And then there's those times where we make those moves and we make that follow through and we take steps of action and we go forward. So it really is kind of like this interesting little dance routine is what it comes down to. So anyways, to kind of summarize what we have going on here with all this stuff here for 2022, I feel like, once again, this is just a highly transformational time. I don't feel like this has been an easy time for any of us. I'm not going to sugarcoat it or dumb it down with rainbows and butterflies and all that kind of stuff. It's not an easy time. I feel like a lot of us are struggling. A lot of us are suffering. A lot of us are dealing with doubts and fears and worries and insecurities and negativity and that kind of thing from all different areas of life. you know, in all different ways, from our professional lives to our personal lives and everything in between. I feel like we're all going through it, but I don't feel like we're going through it for nothing. I feel like we're in birthing pains. You know, the whole earth right now is going through birthing pains. Birthing out a new earth is what it comes down to. And that is going to be impacted all the way down to our own lives personally, in its own unique individual ways. So don't give up, you guys. Keep on blossoming here, because I promise you that there's a point. Keep believing, keep having faith, because nothing that is worth it comes easy. There's definitely something like mind-blowing on the other side that is going to be a million times better than anything that you ever could have imagined. And like I said, if you feel discouraged, please don't be. Please know that I support you and that I believe in you and that I'm telling you it's going to be okay. I can't promise you when it's going to be okay or how it's going to be okay, but I know that it will be. And, you know, if you need anything, if you just need someone to talk to, you know, please don't hesitate to reach out. You know, I know a lot of the times I mention my readings and stuff, and yes, my readings are there, they're open, they're available, but even if you just need someone to talk to, shoot me an email. Shoot me an email and say, hey, you know, I'm kind of going through this right now. I just could use a friend to talk to. You know, don't hesitate at all. So anyways, yeah, I really hope that this helps you guys. I know that today may not necessarily feel as magical as we would like it to be, but there is still something magical behind it, and there's still happily ever afters in the world. There's still magic. There's still beauty and sunsets and majestic mountains and puppies and happy babies and all that stuff in the world. There's still love, there's still abundance, and it's all coming, and it's all coming your way. So finally, you guys, before I wrap up this video, before I wrap up this reading, I always finish all of my readings with a card from Loving Words from Jesus, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. So this is kind of our Bible verse for 2/22/2022. And oh, this is perfect. This could not sum it up more perfectly, you guys. With God, all things are possible. Yes, that is so true. Matthew 19:26. Like, this statement right here sums up the whole thing. You know, it may feel like everything is impossible right now, but remember, all things are possible. Things can get better. You know, believe, trust, you know, hold on to that support system around you, and just know that this is going to get better, that everything is going to be okay. So yeah, such a good card to end things on. I definitely want to thank you guys for hanging out here with me today. You know, I really enjoyed doing this, you know, longer extended reading, basically for the collective for 2022. I'm like, how many twos are we talking about? You know, Tuesday is what it comes down to. So once again, if you enjoyed this reading, if it resonated for you, if it helped you, please give this video a big thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot. And leave me a comment down below. You know, like I said, I always welcome conversation and engaging here with you guys. I would love to hear from you, even if it's just with a simple small emoji. And if you haven't already subscribed, please feel free to subscribe. Hit that notification bell too, so you know of future videos when they are on their way. And also, as well as when I go live and any future updates, you will be notified of that. You will know what is up and what is happening and what is going on. And yeah, and like I said, private readings are open and available. Ways to contact me, my social sites, my email, all that good information, all the 411 is in the description box down below, as well as the current reading offerings and also my Etsy shop. So if you guys want to check that out, there are certain readings over there too, and my Oracle deck is over there. So yeah. Anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for stopping on by and hanging out here with me today. It definitely warms my heart and means the world to me. And I just wish you guys a very beautiful, a very wonderful, an abundant, a blessed, a favored, love-filled, successful, wonderful 2022, and just remember, it's gonna get better. You know, if you're hitting rock bottom right now, there's only one way to go from here, and that is up. And I promise you, we're all gonna rise up and sparkle and shine. And that's the best thing that I can tell you guys. So please keep fighting. Don't give up. Keep going. I promise you, somebody out there needs you. So yeah, I don't know why I'm getting so emotional today over this. I'm just like, maybe it's my period. I don't know. TMI. Yeah. So, like I said, thank you guys. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love. Please keep sparkling. I love you guys.